What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Tonight I had a wedding to go to, so if you want to see how to get this full glam look, please keep watching. I just want to say thank you to all the support I've had recently. I've received a lot of private messages about the journey I've been on, and I just love you guys so much. So we're starting off with primer. This is the e.l.f. Power Grip. It's become one of my favorites. It's so sticky. And then for tonight, I'm taking no chances. We're going right in with my favorite foundation, Double Wear from Estee Lauder. If you know, you know. This stuff is serious and it does dry down very quickly, so you do have to blend it in very fast. This clip is sped up, but I am working very fast to blend it in. Of course, you want to go down your neck and your ears. Then we're moving into cream contour. This is from Dominique Cosmetics in medium tan. This is actually my first time using this product, but it blended out beautifully. And I like to dip into the product and then warm it up on my hand and then apply it to my face. And I am using the same brush that I used for foundation. I'll also use this for a cream blush as well. It kind of just marries everything nicely. So I'm just blending. I am adding it to my nose and my jawline, forehead, and cheekbones. Seriously, so good. Try it if you can. Then the Bisha colorway in Dubai. For this step, I'm just going to use the cream, and later on I'll go back with the powder, but we're just doing all the cream products for now. Same brush, just tapping it on to not disturb the makeup underneath. I do like to bring this into my eye socket to add a little bit of warmth. And I did go pretty hard on the blush tonight, but that's okay. Then we're going in with the Becca Pot Concealer. Now this is like an oldie, but such a goodie. It's very full coverage and it's a very tacky type of concealer. So I am using a brush to apply this, and also just the high points of my face. I go between my eyebrows, on my nose, and on my forehead. And once I stipple that out with the brush, I do use the Beauty Blender to blend that in seamlessly. So we're just going to tap, tap, tap. And next I'm adding the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion in a little bit of a lighter color, just a tiny dot to brighten the inner corner. Again, I go in with the brush first and then blend it out with the Beauty Blender. And now I'm going to set my entire face, except my under eyes. I'm going to use a different product for that. But this is the Laura Mercier Setting Powder. And I'm just going to go all over everywhere that I had that cream product. Now the Huda Easy Bake. This is in Peach Pie. Not only does it smell so good, but it works amazing. And I'm going in with the I'm So Pretty. It's like a eyeshadow crayon in this bronze color. And it's going to help grip the eyeshadow really nice and make it last all night. I am going for like a bronzy smoked out look. I received these eye crayons in an Ipsy and I absolutely love them. They're blendable, but then they last all night. Absolutely love that. And I'm just going to take this dense brush and kind of buff out the edges of that crayon so it's no harsh lines. And now I'm going in with the Natasha Denona Mini Bronze Palette in the darkest shade, and I'm just going to stipple that color in the general area that I want it. I know it might look crazy now, but we are going to blend it out in just a few minutes. So then I'll go in with the medium tone color and kind of place that right next to it. And now we're just going to blend with a big fluffy. And literally I probably spent like 2 or 3 minutes blending to get this the shape and the blend that I wanted. I'm not dragging it out. I'm kind of keeping it right where I put the product and really just marrying those colors together. And I do pick up the lighter shade on the fluffy to help that blend transition. And you can always clean it up with your beauty blender. Now I'm just going to go under my eyes with some of that product and then back into the bronze shadow to top everything off. And you'll see I go back and forth between blending and applying. It's always easier to add more than it is to take away. This is the Diamond Glow from Natasha Denona. I believe it's a blush and highlighter palette, but I'm using it on my eyes because it's so sparkly and beautiful. And just adding a little to the inner corner. Now I'm going to go in with the Galactic Gel Liner in brown and just add the tiniest wing. I am not lining my full eye. And now the Brow Lock in clear and the Anastasia Brow Pen. I love this because it's a super fine tip marker and it makes the most natural looking hair strokes. And then I'll just kind of brush through it all to make it softer and look more natural while still defining my brows. And for tonight's look, I'm going to go a little blush heavy. First, the Bisha colorway in Dubai, and then I'm going to add this Kylie Jenner blush in more of a taupey natural color. And then I will add some of the Bare Minerals bronzer. I don't know the shade of this one, but it's just a matte bronzer. And define my nose a little bit with that, do my jawline, my cheekbones. And I always go back with the Beauty Blender to make everything seamless. And now the Milani Make It Last to set all that powder. And once that dries down a little bit, I will go back in with the Beauty Blender to make sure it's all tapped in and looking absolutely perfect. And now lashes. So we're going to curl our lashes, and I'm going in with two different mascaras, the Bubble Lash from Maybelline, and then on top of that, the Better Than Sex in Waterproof. I am going to a wedding. I always get emotional at weddings, so I definitely want to make sure I have that waterproof mascara to lock it all in. And I actually did put mascara on my bottom lash line tonight. Typically I don't, but I just wanted a little extra va-va-voom for my eyes. Looking pretty cute. And now I'm going to go in with the Ambient Lightening Powder from Hourglass. This is almost like a highlighting powder. It is a finishing powder, but it gives you that glow. So I'll just add this to the high points of my cheeks and just under my brow. I do add it down the bridge of my nose and to my Cupid's bow to bring some glow to my face. This has to be my favorite part, the Charlotte Tilbury finishing powder. It just makes you look poreless and pretty much like a doll. So I just tap that in around my nose and my chin, my forehead. I am going back with like my blush brush to kind of buff everything out, and I do add a little extra blush on top. For tonight's look, I wanted to stick with like a romantic theme, so I'm going in with the EVO lip liner in Val, and on top of that I'm going to add the Anastasia Beverly Hills Satin Lipstick in Tease. And then on top of that, I'm going to add the Patrick Ta Plumping Lip Gloss in Headliner, just to create this really soft nude lip. And of course, we're going to finish it all with the Infallible Setting Spray by L'Oreal. And that completes the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, it would mean the world to me. And thank you so much for watching.